Welcome to the Xiaomi Redmi 9A review. Redmi 9A is the bottom line variant in the Redmi 9 series. With this phone, Redmi seems to have covered up almost all the price segments until now. But is this phone better than the competition? We'll find that out in this full and final review of the Redmi 9A. If you're new on the channel, please hit the like button, press the subscribe button and the bell icon too. Let's get the specifications of this phone out of the way first. It brings some significant upgrades over its predecessor, including a new MediaTek Helio G25 chipset, a bigger 6.53 inches IPS LCD display with better screen to body ratio, and remaining details are on your screen. First of all, I would like to talk about the main highlight of this phone, which is the new MIUI 12. It surprised me and shocked me at the same time. A phone as cheap as this one comes out of the box running on Xiaomi's newest UI, and that too on the top of Android 10. Not even the Mi Note 10 Lite or the Redmi Note 9 series has got this UI yet, so the existing or the future Redmi 9A owners are definitely in for a treat. MIUI 12 is giving a flagship UI experience, if you know what I mean, under a very small budget. It gives you iOS feels. The notifications panel has been divided into two parts now. Pulling it down from the right side opens up the control center where you find all your toggles, and pulling it down from the left side will bring up the notifications. A better dark mode with support for more applications is available now. Redmi 9A also gets some upgraded features including the Mi Share. Icons and almost other UI elements are very new. If you look at the settings application, you will find a slew of changes there too. Especially in the About Us section, you will find a new UI format for all the options. I like the way the storage drums appear and animate to show you the free and empty space. The animations of the entire MIUI 12 are extremely fluid. The ads on the MIUI might be a problem for some, but I believe that you can get rid of most of them easily by changing some settings in the phone. Our Redmi 9A variant brings a 2GB RAM along with 32GB eMMC 5.1 storage chip. It can be further expanded via a microSD card slot. Let me not forget the design and the build of this phone. This is built fully out of plastic and still weighs nearly 200 grams thanks to its big 5000 mAh battery. Even the frame of the phone is built out of plastic and it goes in line with the color of the phone. The phone's back comes with this pattern which makes it extremely grippable and resistant to smudges and scratches. There is a black stripe at the back giving this phone a very unique look. Cameras have moved from the center to the top left corner. At the bottom you will get a speaker grill, a micro USB port and a primary mic. On the left side are the volume and the power keys. These have a very soft feedback. SIM card slot is on the left side and this one can hold 2 nano SIM cards and a microSD card at the same time. At the top you can find a headphone jack. This phone doesn't offer an IR blaster or a secondary mic. On the front of this phone you get a big IPS LCD display. Although the bezels and bottom chin are still notable, Redmi has improved them as compared to the Redmi 8A. The bottom chin doesn't have Redmi branding now, leaving it a bit smaller. Since this is an LCD display with a low brightness, you might face some difficulties while using it under extreme sunshine outside. But indoor and under low light, it looks perfect. Yes, different viewing angles can be problematic, but one should not forget the price tag here. Watching videos on this big screen is an experience of its own kind. You cannot go over 720p resolution on the YouTube application, but the phone's original resolution is 720p as well, so YouTube is going to look pretty fine. In fact, playing games is going to be fun too. Of course, you will not get those HD graphics, but whatever this phone does, it does it at its best. For security, this phone offers Face ID unlock. It works accurately, but bear in mind that the Face ID unlock is not as secure as a PIN or password unlock. On the performance end, we have MediaTek Helio G25 chipset with Power VRGE8320 graphics. The phone clocks a score of 71K on Antutu. Remaining details of Antutu test are on your screen. You may pause this video here if you are interested in these details. There is no gyroscope sensor here, but the proximity sensor is definitely present. I played PUBG Mobile on the phone for about 30 minutes. The phone offers smooth medium graphics at max, and to my surprise the game ran pretty well on this phone. I enjoyed playing the game and taking down a few players. The touch response was also very good and the graphics are right in front of you. The phone doesn't heat up while playing the games, which is also another good sign. I did run COD Mobile too and it went flawlessly too. So anyone who's looking forward to playing these games on Redmi 9A, you are definitely going to enjoy. There is only one bottom firing speaker and it produces a low sound output. I would recommend using the top mounted headphone jack of this phone for better sound experience. At the back is a single 13 megapixels camera sensor. This is a basic camera, but the camera app is quite powerful. It is in fact loaded with a lot of MIUI 12 goodies with a new quick video feature on the top. You have the basic pro mode and well, there is portrait mode as well. The phone can record 720p at 30 frames per second videos at max. Photo result is quite basic too. I'll attach some camera samples here for you guys to judge. Another big highlight of this phone is its massive 5000 mAh battery. So when I played the games for about 1 hour on this handset, it dropped about 7 to 8% of battery, which was quite impressive. This is good enough to last for a whole day on average use, and this also happens to be one of the biggest batteries in a low-end phone like the Redmi 9A. In the box you will find a 10-watt charger. Expect at least 3 hours to take this battery from 0 to 100%. And this brings us to the conclusion. Now, keeping in view the price tag of the Redmi 9A, obviously I cannot demand an ultra-wide camera or a full HD screen in this budget. So whatever we are getting on this phone, that is pretty much of a justice to the price of this phone. Basic devices like the Redmi 9A are often considered for rough and tough use. So the maximum value for money is what one looks for when it comes to this budget. So whether you are looking for a primary or a secondary device, I think the Redmi 9A can easily suffice. Fortunately, the Redmi 9A checks all the requirements, especially if I compare it to Samsung's Galaxy S01 or Huawei's Y5P. I find its spec sheet and overall performance much better with a bigger battery, bigger screen and a better processor. Let me know what do you guys think about this handset. If you liked my review, please hit the like button, and if you loved it, please subscribe. With that said, I will sign off and see you in the next video.